Queso sat around the bonfire and checkpoint saved. Now time to go fight the boss. BDS, a stalwart in Europe, as Shogun said, Turtle, the constant in Europe. They will always be a team that you have to beat in order to get to the grand finals. To be the best in Europe, you have to beat this team BDS.
Absolutely, but I mean, you heard Johnny Boy say it himself. He believes in this Queso roster. He thinks Vatira is going to pop off. He expects that player specifically to bring a lot of the surprise factor, the surprise element that BDS aren't expecting. And that's flip resets, that's mechanics, and that's really a lot of the heavy lifting on offense, Jorby.
Yeah, BDS, they're always going to be a tough out. It's not just one or two players you have to worry about, it's the whole roster. But I do feel like you can say the same about this Queso team. There are some weaker points, for sure. They're still growing as a team, but their synergy as a unit is... it's what's gotten them to this point. You know, Johnny talked a lot about Vatira, and Vatira deserves all of the praise he's gotten. But Joyo and Rise have been wonderful compliments on their road to this winter bracket final.
And you can understand why a lot of people aren't so easily on the train of Team Queso, just because of that Williams Resolve series. And while Team Queso did win it, it was in Game 7, and it was a very back-and-forth series. So if you go back and watch it, you'll notice Queso, they started out solid with the first game, but then things quickly shifted back to Williams Resolve, and there were a lot of defensive mistakes from Team Queso, some double commits, but at the end of the day, it was the mechanics that got them that series win, and that's with Vatira, Joyo. We found so many highlight plays that we saw in the replay packages, so we need to see something like that again from Team Queso if they want to have a chance against BDS. And on top of those mechanics, Jorby, the defense, it's got to be cleaned up.
Well, we're going to get another look here. Vatira, ball stolen away from him by Extra. Joyo playing him close. BDS and Queso have only met 2 times in RLCS 2021, 2022. Both times BDS have won. They were best of 5s though. This is the first best of 7 between these two squads. Monkey Moon right over, but look at Joyo get up, meet a quick challenge. Extra's got a little bit of space. Monkey Moon cutting off the approach. No boost, but again, another challenge for Queso, and a pair of demos as well. Is marked by 8. Making another shot underneath. No go for him. Joyo got underneath it, but here's 2 touches from Extra. Monkey Moon just off the crossbar. Extra dope, but he couldn't get it. And marked by 8, challenged by Extra. Queso hanging on defense.
And I'm surprised to see them hang on so solid on defense. Under that amount of pressure, you can see so many different shots from BDS off the backboard, forcing Team Queso to utilize their boost and waste a lot of that momentum. So to see them hold on strong, a really good sign in game number 1. That's a rough touch, but it actually works out for Vatira, and now they can look to build something up on offense off the backboard. Maybe a follow-up doesn't find it, but either way, it looks good for Team Queso.
And you were talking about being impressed just with Queso's sequence on defense. I remember casting that Misfits Queso game during the group stage where Joyo was just making clutch save after clutch save, no matter how much pressure that they felt on the back half. The Queso were just able to withstand it. They're going to have to do so against BDS here. Joyo got up for another 50, and look at Queso be aggressive to these challenges on defense. Not letting BDS get too much at the net, not giving them free shots. This one finally coming through for Monkey Moon, but again, met on the 50, marked by 8, met on the 50, Rise hard clear, Extra barely gets back to the wall.
And that's lovely defense there from Rise to be patient on the backboard. He got the first little chip shot to clear that ball out, but then stayed on the backboard, patient, knowing that BDS are going to have an answer, and quickly rotate in to get a touch to maybe get a follow-up. Here's Monkey Moon looking for something. Doesn't find it. A 50-50 doesn't go his way in Team Queso. This is going to be a good start to go on offense, but it's kind of just giving away. The clears from Team Queso, not very intentional, and it's just going straight to a BDS player.
Vatira has Rise though, and they almost caught them out. Rise just couldn't put it on target. He did have marked by 8 shading that back half of the net, but still, Joyo. Oh, he just missed the target. Marked by 8 had it. Vatira flips it up. Extra's got the save. Monkey Moon can play it away. Rise again. Another shot. Monkey Moon's got the save. Vatira dove in front with no boost. He's going to collect that one in the corner, win the 50, and force that ball back over against Monkey Moon. But still, Queso want to push here from the corner.
And this is just uncharacteristic, but maybe Rise can redeem himself. He got the flip reset. The follow-up saved by mark by 8. My goodness, how have BDS survived this onslaught of shots?
BDS having just as good of a defensive sequence as Queso had earlier in the game, and there's another one. Queso getting more and more space in the blue half, but it doesn't seem to matter. Any shot that comes to the blue net ends up being saved by BDS. Monkey Moon gonna push that ball downfield again, and BDS get a little bit of breathing room. Vatira used all his boosts to make that challenge happen. Now another response for Joyo, and he's missed it. Extra will punch it in. BDS punished late.
And this is tough for Joyo. I mean, he's on the backboard. A lot of responsibility to find this touch. He jumped so early. And in that situation, Jorby, you want to already be on the backboard. You don't want to have to jump up early and try to find a touch. That one dropped straight on top of Extra's car. And after withstanding what it felt like 20 different shots from Team Queso, BDS are able to respond.
Ooh, quick pass, and it bounced out to the zero. Goal! Queso, with 4 seconds remaining, have responded with a tying goal.
And Joyo has redeemed himself with this shot. It's off the post, but that means Monkey Moon has to wait and get another read, and the follow-up is going to be that much easier. Back-to-back goals for each team, and it looks like we might have OT, but at this rate, I have no idea what to expect.
Ball's still in the air. Monkey Moon got the pass to Extra.
No way.
That's a pot shot, no problem, right? Well, Monkey Moon tried to get the bump.
Oh, my.
And Vatira just got in the way. So, first game goes to OT, and, well, it's been exciting so far, Turtle.
Yeah.
Back up again, Vatira's got the catch and the return back over Extra.
And I feel like regardless of whether or not you're a fan of Team Queso, you're happy to see them finally get a goal because they worked for it. Joyo! Oh my word. The mid-air bump play. And it looked like he was going to go for a flip reset. Instead, just gets physical on the pitch.
Oh, marked by 8. No chance at it. Joyo comes up big time for Team Cheese. How about it? Team Queso.
A better game one? I don't think so.
Well, I mean, look, it had a little bit of some of the things. I won't say all the things because we didn't have, like, crazy mechanical goals or anything like that, but we did have really solid net minding from both squads. Queso had built immense pressure at the end of that game. Just looking at the shot total tells the story of that. 14 shots on net for Queso. And BDS weren't that far behind with 9 of their own. And we saw some of the opportunities that they had early on, but Queso kept them out of the net for so long. And BDS, despite getting that goal late, it couldn't stop Queso, and 10 seconds later scoring.
I think it makes sense that Johnny Boy is behind this Team Queso roster full-heartedly. I mean, this man knows what this team is capable of. You can see it on the pitch. Regardless of if they make a mistake, what you love to see is Joyo redeem himself. He made that early on error where he wasn't on the backboard. The positioning was all out of whack. Yeah. But here he is again to make amends for it. He got that assist off the post, and then the follow-up OT winner with the mid-air bump play. That's the type of hunger you want to see, and you can understand why Queso, they look like they just want it more, according to Johnny.
Now that's the thing about Joyo as well, where Vatira is the consistent mechanical player on Queso, right? Joyo's got such a high ceiling, and look at that setup. Vatira puts it up above marked by 8, and there was just not really a hole that you could pick through on that BDS structure in front of the net. But when Joyo's on, that's part of what gets Queso to this point, right? And we haven't even started talking about Rise, who I feel has been getting more consistent as well. But every tournament, this Queso team is getting better, and they're showing why in these first 2 games.
Absolutely, but you cannot count out BDS quite yet because of this man alone. Marked by 8. He's going to do everything within his power to shut down Team Queso, and he starts out early here in Game 2.
Yeah, Joyo just caught between a rock and a hard place. He's seen the play develop in front of him. He starts turning up the field, but then as soon as he turns his car a little bit to the right, it gives Mark the angle to shoot it right behind him and make it a little too awkward for Joyo. So just pushed up the field a little too much. Well, Mark had possession and BDS punish.
And if we're going to take it all the way back to the series that we did see yesterday between Endpoint and BDS, a big part of BDS's offense that was working was the duo of Extra and Marked by 8. They were making a lot of plays, making a lot of moves downfield, usually Marked by 8 assisting Extra and doing a lot of that dirty work. And speaking of dirty work, we've got a demo from Rise to get a nice early response to BDS's first goal.
Rise turned off ball cam forever ago. He saw Vatira. As soon as he saw the first touch from Vatira, ball cam was switched off, and he was barreling down the pitch to get that demo. Queso, they have a lot of physical play to them, Turtle. It's part of what got them to this point. Demos are a central part of their offense. There's another booming shot from Rise, but just off the crossbar.
And I can't express enough how important it is to get a response to a goal like that from BDS so early. I mean, Queso were able to get back into this game within a matter of, what, 15, 20 seconds. And that's the type of aggression you want to see. Even if one goal doesn't go your way, you're back on offense, willing to give it everything you have. And for Team Queso, they're not scared to push everybody forward, Jorby.
Rise pushed that one off the ceiling, and Queso, more offense in front. They're most comfortable when all three of them are pushed up past that midfield line. That is how they love to play Rocket League. Aggressive, as much as they can pressure BDS. They love it. Joyo sees a pass in front of Atira and connected, but blocked by Monkey Moon, who have had to race back into retreat a lot against Queso. Here's Vatira, another pot shot, but taken away by Extra. BDS, the best team in Europe at adjusting to their opponents. They're going to need to withstand more pressure. You see Monkey Moon diving back. Extra still got a full tank, but he's got to wait for Vatira's touch. Monkey Moon actually going to come in on the rotation, and BDS still really looking for a consistent possession here against Queso.
I really like the small touches that I am seeing on a Team Queso. Vatira will be standing somewhere in the midfield. He'll not only get the midfield boost, but then he'll go for a light little first touch to keep possession instead of going for a booming clear, just using all his boost to get in front of a BDS member. He's much more thought out. But here we go. Maybe something for BDS. All tied up. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left. What do BDS have to offer? Because right now, it seems like it's all Team Queso running the game, getting the demos, having most of possession. And it's a bit awkward, Jorby.
Yeah. Well, here's Joy with another air dribble. I thought with that last 50, the BDS won, they'd start to get the push. Here's another one from Monkey Moon. And Rise keeps it close. He could get the 50, but that touch got a little farther away than he wanted, and now BDS starting to win some of these touches. But Mark by 8 had to pull way off the play. Extra was able to steal that from Vatira, but it has given Queso a little bit of breathing room here in the defensive half. See this one off the ceiling. Vatira used all of his boost on that play. Monkey Moon doesn't get the touch. It freezes Joyo, and Rise coming in. Nobody gets the touch. It bounces right off of Rise. I thought it was going right past his car, but he got it on the butt end of his Octane, and they're flying back downfield. Queso survive on defense.
And now Rise has full boost. What's he going to do with it? Maybe a flip reset. He gets the fake over one, but Monkey Moon had him read the whole time. Joyo off the backboard, and it's a miss from Extra. Uncharacteristic, and BDS, they're sending more than one player at each ball, panicking, trying to get this one out.
Vatira again, cut off by Monkey Moon, but BDS pure reactionary right now. Or just pure reactions to Queso's offense, if you will. Joyo off the corner, gets another 50, but Rise rotating back with no boost. He needs Vatira to protect this ball, and Vatira does so excellently. In fact, he's created an opportunity for Joyo. Back the other way, got 2 touches up. Monkey Moon needs to get up for that. Rise was ready if he didn't get that touch.
I like that patience from Rise, though. He didn't go up knowing Monkey Moon probably expected it. A miss off the backboard. What is this BDS defense we're seeing? They're letting a couple of shots go unanswered. And you think that space would give something to Team Queso and allow them to utilize those flashy mechanics, but a little bit more patient on that side of things. Mark by 8 can't get the read, and it still looks a bit awkward. Maybe a read from Rise.
Got tied up,
but it could be a fake. And Joyo with the flick doesn't land it. And it looks like we do have OT.
Well, still in the air. Joyo got the catch. And Monkey Moon's all over it. If Rise can get back somehow, he will not. But BDS, way earlier on, Mark by 8 and Monkey Moon had bumped into each other at about the 10-second mark, and I thought that might have for sure given them the opportunity, but BDS survived that push from Queso back into overtime.
Back to Mark by 8, Monkey Moon. Nice little duo. And this game, it feels weird, Jorby. I don't know how to explain it. This isn't what I expected out of this series. For whatever reason, the defenses on both sides, I think, have been a bit more aggressive than I expected, and that's leading to a lot more space off the backboard, but neither team wants to utilize it, so a very patient midfield play.
That's a nice 50 from Joyo. He's only got 21 here. What can he do with it? He wants to control. He sees Extra. There was not many places Joyo could have gone with that ball. Vatira slowing down BDS's approach. That's been really successful for Queso. Finally, BDS pushed this ball to the top, but look how many times Queso trapped this ball. Joyo slowing it down, forcing BDS to have to earn that shot on net, to earn that possession on offense. Queso are making them fight for every meter.
And that was the issue earlier on that we almost saw happen again, where Joyo wasn't positioned on the backboard. Instead, stayed on the ground, used all his boost. Here he is off the ceiling.
Oh.
50-50 does go his way, and you've got Vatira to follow it up. Team Queso 2 in a row.
And are we really witnessing it now? 2-0 for Queso in 2 games played. What a setup from Joyo on the flip reset. And Vatira also has to have a perfectly placed shot to beat Extra in the net. Team Queso 2-0 up on BDS right now in the winter bracket final. They are clicking like a one cohesive unit right now. What a game so far, Turtle.
And I would love to see that shot again, because marked by 8, I don't know if he had a chance to get the read or a chance to get the follow-up, but he was nowhere in position. And that's a situation that normally marked by 8, normally the defense of BDS, they're prepared for it. Again, as we look at some of the replays, some really solid shooting from Team Queso to open up a lot of the scoring. And there it is, marked by 8. It feels like he should have gotten a touch there. The defense, I'm not used to this from BDS. Normally off the backboard, they are so consistent at getting the reads, but this Team Queso, the aggression, and then sometimes they'll pull it back. They mix it up with the patience and the aggression, and maybe that's what's throwing BDS off.
Well, that's been like the big growing point for Queso, and the thing that I think a lot of us harped on them in the fall split for was that they've got a great offense, but things have to be worked out on defense, and you're still seeing, I think you're seeing the death rattles of that old defense from Queso in the fall split. But their progression as a team on both halves of the pitch can't be understated. We said it at the end of game 1. It's being showcased against BDS right now.
Not a good touch, though. Oh, my goodness, the save from Vatira. It was a poor touch out, a poor clear, rather. And still, they found that save. And I completely agree with you, Jorby. And it's the fact that Team Queso have slowly started adapting the idea that they can actually hit the brakes in a game of RLCS. They don't have to always go 100% speed every single second of the game, and the fact that they're being a bit more patient, they're waiting for BDS to make those mistakes, that speaks a lot to how this team has improved and how they're adapting so far to this new meta.
And it helps that Joyo is playing as well as he is too. I think Joyo can have streaks where he goes quiet and he's not really effective in the rotation, but it's not so against BDS in these first 2 games. They have to keep it up. One of the most difficult things about playing against BDS is that you can never really count this team out. Extra gonna push this one above. Joyo keeps the touch close, and that touch right away from Monkey Moon. He was lurking in front of the box, waiting for Joyo to drop that ball in front, but Joyo kept it just enough away from him. The push is still gonna continue for BDS. Rise getting this touch out. Extra gonna try again, but Queso still handling the ball on defense, collecting their own corner boost, and marked by 8, protecting the retreat for BDS back to the blue half.
But it already does look a little bit better and more efficient from BDS, staying on offense, putting a couple shots on target. And like you said, Jorby, you really cannot count out BDS quite yet, unless you've got Vatira on the other side. Maybe you can relax a bit because he's going to do a lot of the work.
Well, what happens here? Joyo comes underneath. Monkey Moon's following him, and he just side flips out of it. He didn't have the speed, and marked by 8 was hoping Monkey Moon could come up with some kind of touch, but they both got caught on the same side of the rotation. Joyo got a hard touch laterally. Monkey Moon was expecting that ball to come a little bit more towards him, and that lateral touch absolutely destroyed both of them on that defensive try.
And normally, Jorby, BDS, they know exactly where to position themselves. They can read the play so efficiently. They know how to get into that open space and intercept a ball or intercept a pass. But against Team Queso, it's not working because you've got mechanics like that. BDS don't know which outlet that Team Queso want to go for, whether it's the solo play with a fancy flip reset, whether it's the demo play, the physical play, or maybe you just get a nice little pass in the midfield that we just saw from Joyo.
It's just so hard to shake this ball off of Queso. Joyo protecting it again against the backboard, and it's boomed downfield. Monkey Moon, he sees Extra on the other side. Extra gets the first touch, but Joyo's already on the backboard. Marked by 8, lurking close. Protect the ball. Rise another touchdown.
Here we go.
BDS still progressing. Here's a pass to commit from Queso, but slow coming is marked by 8, puts it high.
Gotta be
Rise waits for the read. Patience from Rise. He only had about 15 boost in the tank. He didn't even need to use more than 5 to get up for that save. What a read from Rise. And now a turnaround. He's downfield. Got the pass. Oh, BDS out of sorts. The net's open. And Monkey Moon dives for the stop to keep the scoreline 1-0. Joyo gonna pop it across back over to the corner. Extra gonna push it back downfield. Somehow, BDS have kept it within 1.
And Team Queso, we assume they're out of the play. We think they're done for, but then they make a pre-jump save. They're back on offense. Here they are again. Rise getting a 50-50. He goes up for that one. And this has been such high-paced action, a demo from Rise on Monkey Moon. No man is there in the third position for BDS, but you've got to be able to clear it out. There's been a lot of pressure, a lot of possession for BDS, but if you're getting saves like that one from Rise, Jorby, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's when Queso are popping off like this, they'd be hard-pressed right now. They've been winning so many of those little battles, the 50s, the challenges. Joyo making clutch saves like that. Even with extra diving in front of him, it doesn't matter. Vatira, no boost, but he's got the catch. Pops it for Mark. Mark got the touch out to the corner, and Joyo will have to wait for him to progress, but Mark wins another 50. Rise, 27 boost, enough to carry it, and Queso can keep pushing on offense here, Turtle. Final minute.
Yeah. And as much as we've talked about Team Queso, BDS, they are still hungry. You can tell the possession, it's been increased. They're much more willing to push themselves forward on offense, and they've had several great looks. 7 shots. Not a single one has, of course, gone in, but it's the closest we've seen in quite some time. Saved by Mark by 8. They still have a chance within 1.
Did you see that
and
pop
this is
from
just
Joyo,
back
though?
and forth, man.
Did you see that pop from Joyo? Like the pop right off the ramp, gets right underneath it on the flip reset. That's just pure confidence. Wait, Mark by 8's here to commit. Now, Queso have to be careful. You don't want to be too jumpy on defense. You're only up by 1. Monkey Moon forces the 50, trying to get the bump, but Joyo just beats him. And now it's a transition for Rise. Slowing it down against Mark by 8. Oh, over rotation and extra coming in to back him up.
Love to see Joyo go up for that shot as well. A big clear could end this one and prevent you from going into OT, which we've seen several times for Team Queso. BDS, they've just got to keep it up. That one does hit the ground, and somehow we are already on match point.
You're not supposed to get swept. When Johnny picked Queso, he didn't mean sweep. Did he? I don't think he actually meant like sweep,
there's
right?
No way. Johnny is big brain, but I don't know if it's 800 IQ like that, okay?
They just want it more. They just want it more. Like it shows though. Like
this is insane.
Look, I know that we're both geeking out hardcore on how Queso was playing, but how could you not? It's just so the aggression, the poise on defense, poise on defense. Like how many times did Joyo just trap the ball on the backboard, force BDS to have to respond to them, and then just every single time he touched the ball, just pure confidence. He's like, yeah, 30 boost. I'm just gonna go for the flip reset. It's fine.
Oh my!
I don't have to do anything. It's fine. And then Vatira.
How are you gonna talk about Joyo when we saw Rise get a pre-jump save with 15 boosts in the tank? The man was like the greatest goalkeeper. It feels like we've seen all tournament long so far, denying everything from a team like BDS, who looked good in that game, and they still ended up winning.
Queso are making BDS look like Dignitas made Williams Resolve look yesterday. That's saying something. Vatira pushing that ball up. Maybe not so harsh, but I certainly didn't expect Queso to be up 3-0 by the time here. BDS, no timeout also, Turtle.
Do we see a BDS reverse sweep? Obviously, it's the only option they have. I'm still trying to debate on if it's possible right now. Early goal here for extra. Exactly. I mean, one step at a time. But there is so many opportunities now for Team Queso to close this series out and continue to make history.
Rise pushing this one across. Monkey Moon keeps it close. BDS. Not the only time in Europe that other teams have gotten the better of them. It speaks to BDS's overall success. That the rest of Europe knew they had to catch up. But this Team Queso, people have had their eye on them for a while. And the talk arounds, the community was always not a matter of if, but when with Queso. Is that now? In the Apollo Open, shot on target for BDS. A reverse sweep in a best of 7 does not happen very often for any team in the RLCS. So this is a tall task even for someone of BDS's caliber.
But if there's one team you want to have that opponent, that challenge of getting a reverse sweep in a best of 7, it's going to be BDS. I mean, these guys can adapt quickly in any given series at any given moment. And while there's an argument that they might not be as hungry as Team Queso right now, BDS still like to win, okay? And they're going to go and give it their all to get this reverse sweep. And it's going to have to start with some level of offense, maybe a shot from extra. He's been a bit quiet whenever against endpoint. He was the one doing most of the striking, most of the scoring. We need that to come back in this series, in this game. Otherwise, it could be over.
Oh, Vatira follows that one close, and you cannot get by Vatira. Squares up behind the ball and flexes on BDS.
How does this man start in the corner and then get the goal? You start in the corner with an air dribble. You're looking for a setup for your teammates, but instead it's Vatira taking it himself, getting the dunk in a situation where you think it's impossible to find an angle. That's just Vatira for you, ladies and gentlemen. He can do and making something out of nothing.
Vatira not done with the play. Couldn't beat Monkey Moon to that one. Queso will still retain possession. Marked by 8. Monkey Moon fast to this ball. Vatira's got the full tank though. Force the 50. BDS pass in front, extra diving, but it's been tough to get Queso out of those passing lanes. BDS have not had the fortune of getting those passes, and Queso are on a demolition derby towards a victory. Big goal again, they're up by 2.
And they're too much to handle. Rise takes out Marked by 8, hunting him down. He's hungry. Team Queso on top 2-0, and we just hit the halfway point.
Can anything work for BDS? Or are they just getting in the way of the script? Here's Vatira again. Can't put it on target, but got the double. Made Mark really sweat for that. And Rise forcing Joyo up probably a little earlier than he wants to be. And Monkey Moon gonna play that ball out. No, he's cut off again by Joyo. Marked by 8, gonna try to catch it, but it's not working. Rise wins that 50, and Extra's gotta try again from his own corner.
And this is just unbelievable from Team Queso, Jorby. I mean, we've just got news that if Queso can finish this sweep, it'll be the only time, it'll be the 4th time in that BDS have been swept in the RLCS. Sorry, I said that horribly.
Yeah,
I'm
in 117 series.
117 series.
Yeah.
I can't get over that stat. I was trying to read it out loud in my head. It couldn't even come out of my mouth because that's insane. BDS, only 4 times. How?
Well, it's about to be a 5th time. BDS only got a minute and a half just for a game win against Queso, but you know, there's something different in the air today in Europe, and it smells like cheese. Monkey Moon denied. Rise gets the pop up, and BDS just look a little bit slower. Did you expect to hear that coming into this game? Vatira almost found the angle, couldn't put that one in. Extra. No, he's cut off. Monkey Moon has to dive back and Rise. Almost got the read. Here's another shot off the crossbar and bounced out. But Tier's gonna put another one on. Queso aren't done. They want more for the road. Extra popping this one up, and it gets back over to the corner. Still a minute left for BDS, but they've just had absolutely nothing, Turtle.
And if we're looking at the defense of BDS, they're so eager. They are playing aggressive, positioning themselves so far forward, waiting for a clear. And you can tell they're desperate. They want to get just something on the board to start this reverse sweep. It's their only chance right now. 32 seconds left, and he's got Rise. Look at all the time he's wasting, Jorby, keeping that ball low.
And then Vatira just getting a flip reset in front. BDS have no choice but just to react to everything Queso are doing. You know what's even more impressive about that stat, Turtle, about BDS only being swept 4 times? They've only been swept once in a best of 7. And that was against Vitality in the RLCSX Grand Finals. But now they're going to add one more to their resume. Queso hand them a loss. They head to the Grand Finals for the first time in RLCS 2021-2022. Vatira and company are headed to Grands.